Do you ever wake up, stare at the ceiling, and wonder why the hell you're still dealing with the same bullshit? Same relationship patterns, same toxic cycles, same self-sabotage. Like, wow, I really thought I had my life together this time. I thought it'd be different this time. And yet, here I am again. Shocker. What the fuck, right? Or maybe you're sitting there sipping your coffee, convincing yourself this time's different, even though you know damn well you're about to make the same mistake that you always make, but in a different way, right? The definition of insanity is your best friend. You do the same thing and you're expecting a different result. I mean, let's be honest just for a second. If we were really as self-aware as we pretend to be, we wouldn't still be stuck in the same self-destructive loop like a scratch CD from 2002. And yet, here you are. Yep. And I need you to hear me on this, okay? Because it's not because you're weak. It's not because you don't want change. It's because your brain is actively fighting against all change. So today, we're actually going to be ripping all that shit apart because I'm not about to sit here and let you gaslight yourself into believing this is just bad luck or the universe is playing some sick joke on you, okay? This is part 1 of a 5-part series. So let's get ready to rumble, right? Because this is science, your brain's wiring, your nervous system's autopilot, and all the sneaky ways your mind keeps you stuck in patterns that are literally destroying your sense of self, your relationships, and your overall sanity. And once you see it, once you catch your brain in the act, you can finally start taking your damn power back. And that's what you're trying to do, right? Is feel confident, connected, and feel so badass and self-aware that you can walk in a room and you don't even notice everybody staring at you. This episode is the moment we stop blaming the universe, your ex, and that childhood trauma that you keep shoving under the rug. You're like, no, later. And we start actually rewiring your brain so you can stop living in the same sad rerun of your life. Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the carnival. I'm the ringleader now. Won't hear a sound at all as I bury you 6 feet underground.
All right. Why you keep the same damn patterns? So you want change. You swear you're done with the toxic cycles, the self-sabotage, the habits that keep wrecking your relationships, your confidence, and your sense of self. But if that were true, then why the hell are you here right now? Why are you still dealing with the same relationship issues? Why are you still composing the same tragic late night text to someone who's already proven they don't give a shit about what you have to say or your feelings or your emotional capabilities, right? Why are you still convincing yourself that this time is going to be different when deep down, you know it's not going to be different, but you hold on to the idea of it being different, right? And don't you dare say it's just bad luck or it's just who I am. No, this isn't the universe testing you. This is your brain running a rigged ass game, okay? Because most of what you do every single day, it's not even a choice. It's just an automatic loop that your brain has been putting you in on repeat. Because here's a fun fact. Your brain doesn't actually care about you healing. It doesn't care about your vision board, your therapy sessions, or that one deep quote that you reposted last week. It cares about one thing: protection and predictability. Now, if you grew up in chaos, your brain is wired to find chaos. If you spend years stuffing down your emotions like an overpacked suitcase, your brain will make damn sure that you keep doing it, even if it's destroying each and every relationship in your life. And if you don't believe that it's destroying those relationships, just ask the relationships you have or the lack of your child wanting to have conversations with you and connect with you. Now, if your past taught you that being vulnerable leads to pain, your brain will make shutting down feel like second nature. That's why even though you know better, you still find yourself repeating the same toxic patterns. You see the pattern. You recognize the dysfunction. You warn your friends not to do the exact same thing you're about to do. And then 2 weeks later, right? Boom, back in the same self-destructive rerun with the same tragic plot line. Because you're not failing at change. Your brain is actively fighting against you making changes. Your brain is playing you like a little puppet, little puppet with Pinocchio, got no strings to hold me down. That's literally what your brain's doing, right? So let's talk a little about the brain then, okay? We'll start with the hippocampus, the part of your brain that stores memory and builds associations. This little gremlin, and yes, I just call the hippocampus a gremlin, because what it does is it spends your entire life writing you and wiring you for what feels normal to you. Not what's healthy, not what's good, just what feels familiar. What you know. That's what it's doing. That's why the second you meet someone who triggers your old wounds, you swear you've found your soulmate. No, you didn't. That's why you say, I just love the mystery, when really you're just trauma bonding with a walking red flag. And you're like, oh no, it's just different this time because I've worked on me. So everything's going to be different. Right? That's why toxic relationships, they feel like passion, and stability feels like watching paint dry. You're just watching it. Nobody likes to do that. Like Bob Ross painting, you're just watching him. Nobody just watches the paint dry on it. So anyways, your hippocampus is working overtime to push you toward what you already know. Even if what you know has only ever wrecked your entire self-awareness. And guess what? You don't even realize that all of this is happening because your brain isn't trying to keep you happy. It's trying to keep you alive. Survival of the fittest. You know what I'm talking about? And then comes your amygdala. So amygdala, that's like the drama queen of your brain. The little panic button that screams, danger, anytime something feels off. It doesn't just react to physical threats. It reacts to emotional ones too. So if your past has taught you that emotional closeness leads to abandonment, rejection, right? That love means conditions and expectations. That being seen means being judged. And then your amygdala will sound the alarm anytime you get too close to real intimacy. And that's when the sabotage kicks in. It will make your heart race when someone treats you too well. And you're like, oh my God, they're treating me too well. And you start making excuses, right? It will make you start looking for red flags in a perfectly healthy relationship. And you're the red flag in the relationship, but you're like, no, he just wasn't for me. He didn't have his shit together. And you can't even explain what having his shit together means, right? It will push you to ruin something good before you can get hurt. You don't think that's what's going on because you're really good at making excuses for yourself. And before your logical brain even gets a chance to step in, prefrontal cortex, by the way, you're already pulling away, shutting down, or convincing yourself that you just weren't that into them. They just weren't the one. It's fine. It's fine. So everybody is just not the one. What I tell my kids is when everybody else seems to be the problem, who's the real problem, right? You weren't bored. You were losing control over your damn walls. You think you're overanalyzing because you're smart, but really, you're scanning for proof that this person will let you down, just like everyone else has to you in your world. You think you're just waiting for the right person, but really you're waiting for a level of emotional safety that you have to build for yourself first. And you're so unwilling to even build it because it's uncomfortable and it's too hard because love, connection, trust, those aren't things that just happen to you. They're things you have to train your nervous system to tolerate. And if you don't, you're gonna keep running from the very things that you claim that you want. So, how do you stop breaking the patterns? Like actually breaking the patterns for real this time? Well, the first step to breaking free from this cycle is recognizing when you're running on autopilot. Just catch yourself in the act. When you feel yourself pulling away, when you hear yourself making excuses, when you recognize that all too familiar urge to ghost, pick a fight, or shut down, pause. And I know that's so much easier said than done, right? You're like, oh, let me stop. Let me tell you how many times I've started a fight and I've stopped because oh shit, this is not going to end well, right? So when you pause, even if you have to say it out loud, say, this is an old pattern. Angela, you're fucking yourself over. Literally. Say it however you want. Get behind me, Satan. Yes, call yourself Satan. Do whatever you have to, right? Because the second that you name it and call it out, you take it off of the autopilot. And the moment it's off autopilot, you, my friend, get the choice. You don't have to rewrite your entire personality overnight, but you do have to stop letting your brain convince you that change isn't possible. Interrupting a pattern starts small. If you normally shut down, stay in a hard conversation 5 minutes longer than you normally would. If you overanalyze, get up, change your environment, disrupt the damn cycle. If you chase validation, sit in the discomfort of not reaching out. And when your brain panics, when it tells you this feels wrong, that's your sign that it's working. Because breaking neural pathways should feel unnatural at first. That's how you know you're doing something new. So, your challenge for this week is pick one reoccurring pattern in your life. Maybe it's shutting down in relationships. Maybe it's self-sabotaging when things get good. Maybe it's ignoring red flags, even when you know better. Whatever your case is, catch it when it happens. You might not catch it until after it's already happened, or maybe you'll catch it 2 days after it's happened. The more you catch it, the sooner you'll catch it, and eventually you can catch yourself in the act of before it even starts. Okay? So call it what it is, and then do one thing differently. Not a lot of things, just do one thing differently. What are the things that I've tried in the past? Now try a different thing because you're not stuck. You're programmed. And the second you start breaking that programming, everything is going to change for you because you'll have an option. Now, As I said before, this is a 5-episode series on rewiring your brain. So the next episode that we're going to dive into is why change takes so damn long, why your brain fights it even when you want it, and how to actually make it stick. So sit in the discomfort right now, interrupt the cycle, and meet me right there, because it's time to rewire this for good. I am in this with you. I want to hear your comments. So make sure you like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the things, LinkedIn, because I want to see you improve with me on this journey. So I'll see you next time. Bye.